He should be running away. Oh, you fucker! That's gonna be the only damage I take this entire battle is gonna be you slicing my shield off. You brigand thug man. I'm not happy with you. We're gonna do something special with your body. I'm gonna switch places with him, man. Well, together we can do this. Immediately dies. Oh no. Oh, the screams. Oh, we can't even move over there. Oh, and we'll go for the stun. Just to make his life hell. Alright, so the special thing we're doing with you is we're gonna stab you in the face. We don't have to do this, but we kinda do have to do this. Get ready for it. You made me do this. You broke my shield. You broke my shield, you bastard. So we broke your neck. That's kind of our MO. We stun people, and then they die. This strategy, though, we had been doing a few runs before with other mercenary companies, and we were just getting our asses completely handed to us. I was basically throwing on my hands like, what am I doing wrong? And one of the guys in stream, he actually told me what I was doing wrong, which was everything. I was doing more wrong than right. Which was basically, I just had the worst freaking weapon composition, and I wasn't using stuff like, it's a tactics game. You're supposed to use tactics. And what I was using was idiocy. Tactics games are about positioning and about thinking about like, okay, I need to crowd control this guy because, you know, it's about not getting hit. And if you're just running up there in front of them and being like, well, I've got the best armor I can and I can totally take a few shots in the face and be fine, whereas they can't, you're basically just living by the RNG. And you're going to eventually lose that battle. It's kind of like that's why, you know, the house always wins. With infinite time, you will always lose all of your money with gambling, even if the chances were otherwise or in your favor. It doesn't matter. You will always lose. So that's kind of a thing. Okay, so they got greenskins east of Sandburg. They've set up camp, which I presume hasn't moved. Fighting orcs won't come cheap. Yeah, how much is this? We need to be paid per head. Alright. We can always nope the fuck out of there. But basically it was, I got the 3 spear dudes on in the positions here. I've got it spear, mace, spear, mace, spear, mace, and spear. And the spear guys basically form this pocket of zone control, which make it so the enemies, like, they come in and they get pushed out and they waste all their action points running back and forth and getting pushed out of kind of the kill box in the middle. And that's how we win fights, is the kill box there. Oh yeah, we're gonna keep this guy with a bow and we're gonna get him bow mastery so he can fire farther. So it's basically these guys with the spears, their entire job in life is to just keep the enemies away from our front line, whereas the guys with the maces, basically they come in to stun the people who get close enough. And then our actual DPS, our damage dealers, are our spear guys, which can go over the top, kind of, you know, if you ever watch 300, they get, you know, they just keep jabbing from the back while the guys in the front hold up their shields. And that's the really important part, is having a freaking strategy that is not complete crap. Because my strategy before was just like, well, I just need better gear. So I would go and I'd spend all my money on super expensive shit, and then I'd wonder why I die every single freaking time eventually. So those orcs are over there. Are we injured at all? We are slightly injured. What does this have in it? This has a training hall, an armor, a tavern, and a weaponsmith. This has a harbor. We're going to camp until daytime, and then we're going to buy shit. See if we can get at the... Is it time to buy better armor? It might be time to buy better armor. What's going on, Adam? Have you finished streaming for today? I think it's like, what, 2 in the morning over, or 1 in the morning where you are? I don't know. Daylight savings changed for you guys, and I have no idea what you're doing now. Yeah, let's get some badass armor. Migrating over? Yeah. Well, that's great because I'm gonna go on break here in like 30 seconds. We'll see. Oh, thank you for hosting, Karakan. All right, let's get our guys in the middle, who can actually put them. This guy has cool armor now. Look at that. He's got like a little. He's got a little collar on him. He looks like a respectable mercenary. Somebody you'd look at and go like, oh yeah, that guy could shoot a cat out of a tree. Sounds like a plan. Leaving him host anyways. Well, thanks anyway. You're bringing in hundreds of followers just all the time. It's great. All right, let's slap some chainmail on these ugly bastards. These back row boys we got here. Let's give everybody a knife. Because when we have a few knife parties. They're fun. They're fun for everybody. Well, not everybody. That's kind of the point. So everybody's got those 110 hats. So excellent. Let's just sell our shit. We can sell that too. I didn't even realize we had that. A little bit of stuff to help us out. And let's roll on over to these orcs and see what they are. Let's see if they're... There's orc hunters. Okay, so there's a few orc berserkers and some young orcs. So we're gonna fight them. And I'd like to fight them not in the mountains. Come on, orcs. Yeah, I don't want to fight you in the frickin' mountains. Alright, so we're just gonna leave those guys alone, because fighting in mountains sucks. Like, you can get into some really nasty tactical situations, and those orcs are just so big in terms of hit points, and you know, it's advantageous to them, because usually they're fewer in number. Well, fuck, there's 10 of them. And they're just harder to kill. So if we get into a bad tactical situation, I just can't do a whole hell of a lot. Oh shit, that berserker. He's got that sick chain right there. He's got this big two-handed chain that he's gonna do some damage on us. That's 3 berserkers? Oh, damn. Well, we're gonna do our best to take him out. 88% chance to hit. Ah, come on, guys. So this is where we do the spear wall defense, because they're obviously coming straight for us. And we don't have like shotguns in the Middle Ages. That would be really useful to have like something like that. I didn't get this guy a shield. Oh, damn it. Crap, he's shieldless. I should have seen that. If he dies because we don't have a shield on him, I'm gonna be sad for Wolf. I'm gonna be sad for Wolf. Alright, let's see if this spear can actually do what it's supposed to do. Which is keep these guys out of our reach, so they can't get us. Just invent shotguns. That's what we'll do. We'll put all of our research into shotguns. It's like Civ style stuff. we haven't gotten around to figuring out how to like get indoor plumbing, but we've got nukes. You know, we'll get on those pyramids when when we get around to it. We got to figure out we're gonna figure out how to get automatic rifles. All right, so we definitely want to shoot the berserkers. Ooh. Well, I think we're basically at the point there where we can move up and take a few shots. %95 chance, 95% chance. Let's get the guy on the side. Yeah, so they're in this little tight ball of green nastiness. At least they don't have ranged weapons as far as I can see. So, that's a good thing. Yeah, that's the spear wall. He's getting all sorts of jacked up. Let's move in. Oh, man. Well, we're going to try to keep them still at bay there. If we can just only engage on the middle ground here. Yeah, see, he's wasting all of his move points. If we can kind of just fight only on our terms. Yeah, we see, that's what happens when they get close. They do that shit where they jump all over you. Oh, yeah. Well, we got armor at least, so we're gonna, yeah, move up. And that's why we got maces, because we can stun the shit out of these guys. Well, we didn't get the stun off, but we at least hit him. Yeah, see, they're stunning us too. We don't want them coming up on us. Oh, the misses. The misses are real, and they're benefiting us. I don't like relying on misses, though. What's our best chance to hit? 74? 74. Let's see, can we actually get him? An 89% chance? Nice, and he's injured now. Maybe, just maybe, we can take this guy out. 82% chance? And we miss. Shit. Hey! Yes! Doing work. He's still alive! That son of a bitch! And he broke my shield! That sucks! He was able to live with one damned hit point just long enough. Just long enough to cause problems for me. So, we just need to start doing damage. 90% shot. Hits every time. And we need to go for those stuns. Oh man, that guy's gonna... We're gonna lose people here, aren't we? That's gonna be these are gonna be like the first losses we've had in a while. And I guess we're fighting orcs, right? So maybe we just need the next level of gear to do this without any actual losses. $87. Oh, that's unfortunate. Yeah, all right. That is fortunate though. So, 85 or 95? Let's fire over their heads. Alright, so what we need here is we need to get this guy stunned, which just happened. He stunned both of them. This guy is a monster. Dethonal is having a bad day. We're gonna try to save him, but I'm not exactly sure the best way to do that. I think the best way to save him is just going to be dealing damage as fast as possible against the orcs. So we're taking our best shots. Ah, he's too tired to do two. Let's reload, take a look. These guys are all not in great shape, but they're all not dead either, which... Come on, guys, hold it together. Let's get out of this without losing anyone. It's possible. It's not looking likely, but there's a chance. There's a chance. Alright, you are going to defend, and we're going to try to knock you back, so you have to waste some action points moving up. And can we also hit him? 86% chance. That might have been just what we needed. And this guy's all full up. If we can move up, we're getting him protected is the thing. And we're demoralizing them. Yeah, they're panicking now. So we might be able to do this. Yeah, we're getting them scared. They're running now. This fight just turned around. Like, it was this close. Another round would have just been us, like, losing maybe not only one guy, but maybe two guys. And that's crazy how small that margin is. Like, this guy is almost dead too. But I think we're gonna be able to get enough people down there to fuck up their lives. We could do it. It could happen. Because, like, we can move right around this guy and stab him in the back. We can't get the stun off, but so should we? Is he gonna go next? He acts in one turn. Alright, so we're gonna wait. And then... Ah, I got him! Fuck. Well. That's what happens. We'll see if he's actually dead. These guys can actually survive sometimes. Dying? I don't know. Surviving death is a thing in this game. Basically, they'll have like some awful injury, but they'll still be technically alive. The best kind of alive, technically alive. Yeah, he's going after the guy who's already hurt. Yeah, that makes sense. That's what I'd do. Let's go for the stun, and we got it. So this guy is toast. Well, he probably already knows it. He's got his hands all fucked up. He's not doing... Yeah, he's running now. Wish there was a way to stabilize these guys. You know, like in XCOM or whatever, where you got a couple turns that you might be able to get over there and stop the bleeding and all that. So let's see. Yeah, Espen is dead. He had been with the company for 32 days and he had killed a necromancer. So he was a good dude. Rest in peace, you sad man. You've seen and smelled enough. Yeah. So let's head back. We're gonna have to buy another person, which I don't like saying that because it ends up with like, well, let's buy a person and then let's buy another person. You find an abandoned wagon amongst the tall reeds. Wolfram, the militiaman, checks it out. It's broke as shit, but we can salvage parts. I agree. Salvaging parts. A fisherman and a day tailor. Let's go try to find somebody who... like... because we have a little chunk of money. We might be able to buy somebody who already has armor on them, or it isn't just a complete freaking idiot. So, unfortunately, we have to kind of sit here and wait until morning. Alright, so who do we got on the block? We've got a deserter. They aren't eager to put anything to use, but they can do it. Caravan hand. A bastard. Bastard! A deserter, a miller, and a cripple. Well, we're not getting the cripple. Ulrich the Exiled. He was a disowned noble. Or Valdemar, the retired soldier. Well, let's just real quick, like, do our buy-sell thing. Let's see what we got. Let's also make sure to equip shields on people who don't have shields. Like you. You don't have a shield. So we'll throw a shield on you. And we can level some guys up. Harold the Old, who is old, is actually also old and experienced. He is level 6. What a badass. And Harold, we're going to make it so you're brawny. So penalty, it's fatigue and initiative penalty for wearing armor goes down by 25%. So he can actually wear heavier stuff without a big issue. So we're starting to make some progress on the front of making progress. Alright, so those are his 2 weapons for the new guy. And we're gonna buy him first and see what he's got on him. And we're gonna get... I think we're gonna get Olaf the bastard. Alright, bastard. What kind of fighter are you? He's a pessimist. Well, he's a bastard, so I can understand that. But he's got a -1 skill on melee defense. So he's not really the greatest. He's got a falchion. So he comes with like a basic weapon, but that's not really what I want. He's not really who I want in this company, to be honest. But you don't always get what you want. But sometimes you get a critical. And we need an armor smith. We sold all that armor earlier. Now we have to go buy some more frickin' armor though. Dun dun dun. Dun, 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 dun. He also needs a shield, doesn't he? One shield coming up. And let's get some tools, some ammo, and some ground grains. Let's see what they got. A bird flies over. Let's talk business. Staring out the window, he asked you, do you know what Greenskin does when he gets his hands on an infant? Yes. We could hunt them down if the pay is right. I don't think we're ready to take those contracts because we did just lose one of our better dudes. So what I think we should do is not take that contract. And we'll see. Orc hunters. Those were the guys that got away earlier. And this guy is kind of injured. How many of them? There's 6 of them. Some young orcs, a few orc berserkers. All right, we're gonna fight them. And I mean, we're like fighting in the middle of the town square. You'd think the peasants would come out and help us, but no. They're too fucking busy doing whatever the hell it is peasants do. Come on, you gotta make those shots. Ah, 63% and he misses again. Every freaking shot is a miss here. That's Harold the Old. He's a good dude. Hello, Scorpion. How was your day going? If we shift up one, then we can shift these guys out of the way, I think. Alright, so we got our wall up there. What are they gonna do? Oh man, look at that guy's armor. He's got like gnarly bone armor. That's pretty cool. Yeah, we need to just have this guy stay where he is. Captain Kirkbrand. Doing well. I got a lot of stuff done today, actually. Was working on getting how we make game objects in Dashkin, kind of figuring out how to do that, because I'm not like super Unreal dude. Like, I used a lot of different game engines. Like, I worked at EA and we used our own game engine, and I worked at Amazon and we are using Lumberyard, which is kind of basically CryEngine. And I worked with Unreal 4 back at Molten Games, but I was doing the server side work. I wasn't actually the guy. Fucker broke my shield. I just gave him a new shield. I was working on the server side of things, so basically what that meant was I didn't actually work on the game client code too much. So I've worked with Unreal, but I haven't worked with Unreal. So we need to shift this guy down. I mean, mainly we need to shift this guy back. This guy being Randolph. Amazon, hey, yeah, that's a good point. Amazon make games? Yes, Amazon Game Studios has been around for like 6. All right, well, we'll see you when you get back from break. Amazon has been working on games for like 6 years. They actually made Facebook games. You might not have known that, but they had a Facebook game studio there. They made like some hidden object games, which nobody played. And they also had some second and third party games, mainly to sell those tablets. Some of them were actually really good. The second and third party games got some pretty good awards. The problem was, who has a frickin' Kindle and plays games, right? Like, even my mom was just like, games for Kindle? Like, only grandmas own those devices. And I'm like, Mom, you actually are a grandma. She's like, whatever, I'm not that old. And so, and I joined when we were making mobile games, and we made The Unmaking, which was a tablet game. It was basically streaming. We had 2,000 servers. So, and each player would actually have their Kindle connect to a specific server, and we'd render everything on that server and send it to your Kindle. So it'd be like awesome, you know, like you got the power of like a server class machine, but you know, it's being streamed to you. So your Kindle, like your little Fire tablet or whatever, you get super HD resolution. Well, there's a big fucking problem with that. The problem was, the reason why, what Amazon did is they make cheap tablets, and kind of what they're doing is selling a lot of tablets and getting you to buy them on Christmas, really good deals like that. And kind of how they make money off of these things is by skimping on the hardware. And one of the things that they skimped on is the network stuff for the Kindle. So the Kindle does not have a good Wi-Fi adapter. It's pretty cheap, and it works really well for almost everything. But when you're streaming literally like high quality video, and you can't buffer it, it's a game, right? So it's all strict, bandwidth hog, it needs to be awesome sort of stuff. And so we got the Kindle, and even on Wi-Fi, like you just can't get a good picture because the hardware just isn't good enough. So it was really interesting to see that. Yeah. And the other thing was, like, development for it was just absolutely a nightmare because Kindles and the rest of them don't have like an Ethernet port on them. So you might ask yourself, well, how in a studio of like X number of people do you get like 10 Wi-Fi routers? Like, you need to be able to connect to them, and Wi-Fi routers are not going to be good enough here to have, like 20 developers all on their Kindle devices all at once doing stuff. Like, you just can't do it. So pretty much nobody in the studio would play on the device because it was such a pain in the ass. And as a result, the game looked like crap because everybody was looking at it on the big computer monitors, right? And not on the actual physical device. So, like, when you got like a big screen and it's this big, and you make super detailed art and like HD textures and all this stuff, and then you shrink it down, and all of a sudden your world just becomes this blurry gray blob because like the pixels are all there, sure, but it's a tiny screen, so you couldn't see shit. It was a disaster. They kind of decided, okay, we're not very good at making mobile games now, and so they switched to PC games and bought some game studios and all that stuff. It wasn't like QA, of course, tested everything on device. The problem was that developing on the device was so difficult that just kind of by its nature of development, developers didn't run it on device as often as they should have, and it's just one of those things. Like, that's why we're starting Dashkin, on PC, because we're on PC. We're gonna catch the compatibility errors. That's why we're starting it with like just Windows and all that, because we have Windows machines. We'll run into the errors that you guys would run into. Oh, this guy can actually disengage. So that's kind of the thing. Like, normally, like if you're doing Xbox development or something, it's really funny, especially back when everybody had TVs that were, not flat screens, big tube TVs. Like, you'd go to a game studio and everybody's got like this huge area at their desk because they've got like a computer and a PS4 hooked up to a TV, and then an Xbox hooked up to a TV, and you have like literally 400 pounds of equipment on your desk, and these are like development versions of the consoles, so they're just they're gigantic. So what you'd see is, especially like for QA guys who would normally have like, they need lots and lots of equipment to test on everything. So basically you'd have all your QA guys in like a big warehouse or something, and you wouldn't give them air conditioning because they're QA guys. So you got all these like sweaty dudes who've been sitting there, drinking way too much caffeine, and they don't shower as much as they should. And they're in a place with no air conditioning, and they're running all this electronic equipment. It's awful. It's just awful. So we at least don't have that anymore. This guy is... Oh, I do not want to lose him. This is unfortunate. Come on! fuck? He has died. Shit. The Thonal is dead. You guys win because they're Q. Yeah, the QA guys get the short end of every stick in game development. Yeah, these orcs, like, even a small party, we're losing some of our best men fighting them. We need to not fucking fight orcs anymore. Yeah. The Thonal also was the guy yesterday who helped me out and told me how to actually not suck at this game. So I named the best character after him. So him dying is like, oh no, this is where this game falls apart. This is where all of a sudden we go from wiping all the enemies off the face of the earth to getting just wiped ourselves. Does this guy even have any armor? He might. So why don't we switch to guns and just poke at him. Almost got him dead. Come on, you ugly bastard. Oh, we missed. We're even gonna get our archer up there. He's gonna run in there and make a poor choice in life. Alright, so this guy can get a hit in, so we'll get it. All we need is one. He's too tired. We're running out of chances here. Oh, Jesus. We need to kill this guy. Oh, no. So, the orc is stunned, though, so at least we got that going for us. The irony of him being the one to teach only from the dying king. Yeah. He obviously was a shit. Yeah, I named him Thonal the Helpful. He had been with us the entire game. Rest in peace. So now we need to go buy more people. And yes, I remember, this is not something I like to say, but it's something that exists. So who are we going to replace Thonal with? A monk? No. We're going to replace him with somebody else. So we've kind of already seen what's over here. We want to run over to somewhere else so we can see a different pool of potential mercenaries to be. Man, he leveled up. Awesome. So what are we going to do? We're again going to get a polearm mastery. Or is this a spear? Or it's a polearm. Alright. Polearm mastery. Is the webcam frozen? Well, let me just take a look at it real quick. Yeah, it is totally frozen. So, well, I'm gonna go on break here shortly anyway, and I'll just reboot the stream and all that when I do so. What frame rate am I running on? Like the game? It's running at whatever frame rate it runs on. The camera though is kind of a piece of crap camera, and it has no settings on it for me to like mess with. So that kind of sucks. Awesome. So we need to go find a new guy. Why don't we find a new person before we go on break? What frame rate in OBS? I have no frickin' clue actually. I kind of just did the default settings and said fuck it, and things seem to be decent. I mean, you guys can tell me how it looks. Like if I should mess with stuff. It's not the connection that's screwed up. It's the camera itself. That's a pile of crap. I'll check on those settings. Hey, we got Wolfram the Militiaman. That sounds like a great idea. Although a member of the peasantry, Wolfram was always willing to join the militia and protect his homestead. That sounds like a winner. His weapons were rusted and the armor non-existent. Unfortunately, enemies were not so kindly under-equipped. When a lord sent his entire militia to almost certain doom, Wolfram realized he had better seek something better. So he's just fuck it. You can set that separate, the camera itself. I was looking at all that stuff. Yeah, the camera is just. I've looked through the settings and there's like nothing I can do about the camera. So I'm gonna have to go look online for a specific camera like setup that streamers use and go buy one of those that work better, you know. So we're gonna get some basic armor. Let's not get crazy here. I don't want to be hemorrhaging cash for a new person. But we're gonna slap we're gonna give him some decent armor. We're just gonna give one of our back row boys less good armor. Video settings on OBS for the input. Well, I'll take a look at it, but it's not giving many options. This is Vernhard, a brigand. Problem is, he's really the head of his snake. Alright, so how much? I want to be paid more. Nope. Drive off the brigands at Free People's Camp southwest of Nordholz. The Free People's Camp. Why do brigands always call themselves like the Freemen or something like that, when really they're just fucking asshole robbers. Anyway, we've been going for, looks like 80 minutes here. I mean, not 80 minutes. 140 minutes without a break. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. So that's going to happen. So I will be right back in, 5 or 10 minutes. Alright, well, we'll see if we can fix this camera. That's my no camera image there. Let's see what we can do. So it's like totally frozen, isn't it? So we'll see what we can do. Totally screwed up. Yeah. So I'm gonna go ahead and stop the stream and then restart it real quick, and we'll see if that fixes it. Wait, what? What the fuck? It just started working for no reason. Like I moused over the stop streaming button, and it just started working again. So it's like, oh no, we're fine. No, it's just don't turn me off. Don't turn me off. What a concept. This is ridiculous. So we'll get back to hopefully not losing all of our dudes. Yes, and welcome back, Scorpion. So we're gonna go fight off the free peoples. The free peoples. Well, hopefully they're not so free, because we need to be paid for killing these people. I mean, if you're gonna be a mass murderer, you get paid for it, right? Like, that's kind of one of the first rules of, like, if you're good at something, don't do it for free. Ah, geez, I didn't like go back to actually equipping the right stuff on my guys. I also did not wait until daytime to attack these fools. Well, that's what happens. This is what happens when you play Battle Brothers and you want to get started again. You just end up making mistakes. Well, these aren't orcs, though, at least. Like, these are normal dudes with chainmail and basic stuff. So, we should have a much better chance of not getting our asses handed to us. At least, there's the hope. So we don't want to be right next to this because he'll, like, flank us, basically. But I also don't want to just give up the spear wall, so we're gonna make him kind of run around us a little bit to go for our archers. We'll see if that works. We want him to kind of come into the pocket as well, so we're gonna see if they come into the pocket or not. Or why don't we just make this like danger zone and be smart about this. Shit, that was not what I wanted to do. But it's not an awful move. This guy's useless. Dumb. 33% chance to hit, misses every time. Oh, how in the hell did that get off? Let's see what he does. Is he coming down? No, he's like, fuck it, I am not doing this shit. Oh, that guy can poke us from there. That's no good. That's no good, Nick. Oh, they're getting around us. They're not falling for the trap. They're out trapping us. How did he attack over here? Can they do that? They can do that! Son of a bitch. 23, 17, 33. Damn. So, what we'd like to do is get some work started on these fools. Let's wait and see what happens. They be hacking. Yeah, they're a bunch of free peoples. So these guys don't have swords. I don't want to be. I guess I gotta back up. I gotta back up. Shit. They're making me do tactics. These are our best shots, aren't they? Well, this guy with the long reach is probably the most dangerous because he can totally fuck up my life. Yeah, I get stabbed. So, go for the stuns. We got it. That's really good. And again, we're just backing up and throwing our walls up. This guy can get poked. So, we're going to back him up and do the wall again. It exposes our archer a little bit. But we can move our archer next turn. So if we move up, we can get some shots in here. We could push this guy back, but that wouldn't do much. So 64%, yeah, that's our best shot. And this guy, we just gotta hang tight. Yeah, so, yeah, he came in there. We're gonna have to move that archer. And now we can't really move that archer because he's too close. So what can we do about that? Try to stun him. Well, I'll try to stun this guy. 80% chance to hit. We'll take it. We will take that. Oh, and he gets to go again real quick? Well, at least he missed. Shit. 6% chance. Oh yeah, it's because this is... Ah, crap. We really aren't doing very well. Oh yeah, they can hit us with ranged weapons, but we can't hit them. I see how this is. 21% chance. We have a 66% chance to hit. Yeah, I think we just gotta bury him. Like, we got some good stuff going on here. This guy needs to back up. It's just... we're kind of out of position, and that's a big problem. Because we're getting the stuns, we're getting good work done. Just, it's taken us longer than it should. So do we go for this guy or this guy? I'd say we run around here. And we try getting on him. 73% chance or 73% chance? Which 73% chance are we going for? Alright, this guy is definitely wounded. I think it's time to just go for his throat. Oh, and he is stunned again. He's not having a good day. Well, I don't think Olaf is going to make it through this. Yeah, I'll go for the 73% chance. Yeah. Olaf, buddy, we barely knew you. God, we're losing a guy every single fight now. That's not good. And this fight we really shouldn't have. This fight was my mistake. Like, basically, we attacked at night, and that's why we're missing shots. So Olaf's on me. Olaf is... his blood is on my hands.